You've probably seen these viral cam videos on your For You page before, but what you probably don't know is that YouTube is paying people over 50 cent RPMs just for posting this type of content. Almost every channel that I see posting these videos is getting millions of views per day just by uploading these clips and earning through YouTube's partner program. YouTube is paying higher than ever before just to post shorts right now. I'll put some screenshots of my students up on the screen, but in this video I'll be showing you how you can actually create these videos yourself and go viral almost every single time. So make sure to watch the entire video because I'm going to be going over exactly how I was able to go viral myself and make over $10,000 in 1 month just by doing this. Yeah guys, getting right into it, I'm sure you guys have already seen these types of channels before, but there are so many still being created right now that are all going insanely viral. The best part is that they're pretty much all doing the same format, whether they be niching down or just, again, using, CCTV footage, doorbell cams, body cam footage, things like that. They're all using the same style of editing, and it's very easy to find these types of clips. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can make these videos yourself. And the main reason there's so many people making these types of channels is because the RPMs are actually very good right now. Despite this content being extremely low leverage, it pretty much only targets American audiences, and you're able to get 30 to 50 cent RPMs. Here's a screenshot that one of my students in the Accelerator program sent me, and he's gotten over 50 cent RPMs on these types of videos. For my student Connor, this is the very first niche that he picked, and he was able to generate over $10,000 last month just by doing this. So despite what a lot of people are saying, this content is completely monetizable and it goes insanely viral every single time. And one of the biggest reasons why this goes so viral is because they've already gone viral in other platforms. That's exactly why these videos do so well, because all we're going to be doing throughout this process is finding viral clips on other platforms like Instagram and TikTok, and we're just going to be posting it on our Shorts channels. In my previous video, I was actually able to show you guys how I made this channel right here, and I was able to niche down and get over 124 million views on this channel and also generate over $10,000. If you guys haven't seen this type of content before or you want to know what it looks like, I'm just going to go on this channel, which was made just last month, and they already have multiple videos with 1 million views, including this one with 10 million, and it's just a doorbell cam.
Show up to your own party. That is messed up. Your birthday party. What are you talking about?
Do it!
What?
Surprise party!
Surprise party?
Are you drunk?
That's all they do. They add some simple edits, some captions. As you can see, obviously it's in English. It takes place in America as well, so you're able to get a very heavy American audience with this niche. If you haven't noticed this already, some of these channels are even niching down even more to get a more targeted audience and even raise their RPMs in some cases. For example, this channel right here has gotten over 400 million views, and they post mostly fighting and sports content. If you click on one of their videos, you can see that it's pretty much the same exact format and editing style, everything like that. All they're doing is posting different types of content like sporting events. This channel right here is called Wholesome Media, and they pretty much only do wholesome encounters and doorbell footage. You can kind of tell based off the names of these channels what they're kind of niche down to. This one is called Patrol POV, and it mostly does cop body cam footage as well. With my channel, I pretty much niche down to only road rage and biker footage. So one of the best things you can do going into this niche and going into this type of content is actually just niching down and picking a specific audience to target. That way you lower the competition while also increasing the chances of going viral. But if you want to learn more about how the actual RPM and revenue pool works with the YouTube Shorts specifically, I actually have a full video in my free course on my Discord. Inside of the community, we have over 4,000 people, as well as a bunch of free resources like course videos, as well as monthly free niches that I give out every single month. So if you want to join that for absolutely no cost, you can just press the first link in the description. But now let's get into actually how you can make this content yourself in less than 20 minutes. So the first thing I'm going to suggest doing again is just niching down and finding a specific topic you want to do, whether it be sports, body cam footage, ring doorbell footage, hot body cams, things like that. You want to niche down a little bit more so you have a more dedicated and targeted audience, and that way you have a less chance of getting view jailed and going viral. To do that, obviously you can just create a simple profile picture in ChatGPT. Pretty much all of these are just pretty much AI generated. So for example, if I want to copy this profile picture, all I'm going to do is just take a screenshot and bring it over to ChatGPT. So for example, I want to recreate this style. All I'm going to say is ask it to make me a similar image with a different background color, and instead of a camera, I'm going to ask it to make me an iPhone. So then I'm just going to press enter, and it's going to create me a very simple profile picture that I can use for my channel. And in just a couple seconds, we have our brand new profile picture that we can use for our channel as well. So it's really simple in terms of branding. You don't have to spend way too much time on it. Obviously, if you niche down, you want to have your profile picture be someone relative to what's going on. But besides that, I don't even have a banner on my channel, and it did completely fine. But once you do that, obviously now you want to actually be sourcing and finding the type of clips that you want to use. Pretty much just going to be going on any other platform besides YouTube. I try to stay off YouTube to find my clips, and I'll get them from Instagram and TikTok. So the best way to actually find clips is by making a brand new account on both Instagram and TikTok. This is literally just going to be a burner throwaway account. It doesn't really matter what you make it. You can make it whatever name you want, whatever password, does not matter. You don't need a profile picture or anything. All we're using this for is literally just to find our clips and get an algorithm that shows us only these types of clips. So I've actually already had this account. I went ahead and done this a couple months ago. Basically, all you're going to do is go into the search tab and start searching all of these terms like home video, home cam, doorbell, basically whatever niche you want to be kind of going into. So if you want to do sports fails, biker fails, road rage, celebrating too soon, whatever you want to do, things like that, you're just going to want to keep searching all these terms and going through the shorts feed. Basically, you're just going to keep liking and following accounts like that, like I am right here. And then if you do that for literally like 20 or 30 minutes, basically your entire homepage and search page will just be like body cam style footage. I've been doing a lot of sports fails recently on another channel, so that's why mine looks like this. But if we go to my actual homepage, it's pretty much all just biker footage and police cams, things like that. As you can see, pretty much every single time I scroll, it's some kind of dash cam footage or police cam or POV body cam footage, something like that. And once you get your page to look like this, literally all you have to do is just pretty much save and like any kind of footage that you want to use for your channel, like videos like this. So when you're looking for your clips, one of the most important things you want to make sure is number one, it's good quality, number two, it has a good storyline, and number three, it's not too long or too short. As long as you keep those three things in mind when you're looking for your clips, you'll be able to find not only good clips but also clips that can go easily viral. So for example, this clip is good quality, it looks like it's good, but there's really not much happening. It's just a guy failing, doing a backflip and eating shit basically. Although this is a good quality clip and it looks pretty good to the eye, like there's not really anything going on here. I would still probably post it, but I don't really think it would do that well compared to a clip like maybe this one right here of a biker and some dude getting in an altercation because he cut him off. So as you can see in the first video here, he's pretty much just riding along and this guy obviously cuts him off here and he gets angry, so he turns around and confronts him. Then they eventually end up getting in a fight, and you know, the viewer doesn't know if they actually are getting to fight because they get really close to each other. So this is a good storyline, it's really engaging, and the quality is insanely good. So these are the types of clips you want to be aiming to use on your short channel, and not, you know, really short ones with bad quality or no storyline to follow. Not only does a good storyline help the viewer engage with the video, but it also gets them to comment, because people are going to be arguing about who was in the right in this altercation here. Now in terms of downloading the videos, there's a couple ways of doing this. I like to just use Niche AI because they have every tool basically. We're just going to scroll down, we're going to go to the downloader, and you can pretty much paste any single link you want into here. So this is actually a two-part video, so all we're going to do is just copy this link here. We're going to go to Niche AI and we're just going to paste the URL. Now once you do that, all you're going to want to do is obviously just drag your clips into CapCut. Ideally what I'd recommend you do is just find a bunch of clips, make a folder, so that way you don't have to do it every single day. But for this example, we're just going to drag the new clips that we just downloaded. Now since this is a two-part sequence, basically what we're going to do is just we're going to go through and we're going to cut out all the boring filler parts, so this video isn't obviously 3 minutes long. Ideally, I think a good range for this is like 40 seconds to a minute long at most, but it depends on what's going on in the actual clip and, you know, what you actually want to cut out. So the first thing I like to do is just honestly cut through it, and then we can add our captions and small edits last. So we're just going to get the actual format and pacing of the video down first. So I'm going to mute the clip for now just because we don't really need the audio yet, but all I'm going to do is just play through the video and we're going to see where the action actually starts. So obviously the first thing that starts here with the story is him getting cut off, but we don't need this whole extra space right here because nothing's really happening. So all we're going to do is just we're going to cut it right here, and we're going to start the video when he actually gets cut off, so we get right into the action and his actual reaction. As you can see here, he looks pretty pissed, and then he starts to turn around, but it does take him a little bit to turn around, so we're also going to cut that out as well. So the camera turns around, he looks kind of pissed, so we're going to cut it right here, and then we're going to go to when he starts turning around right here. So now it's kind of quick, fast paced. Now it's him turning around, and we can actually cut it again, because we don't need to have the part where him just driving forward to catch up to him. So we're also just going to kind of cut it right here. And we're going to go now to where he actually pulls up next to the driver, which is right here. So already we're cutting out a ton of dead space within the clip. And this is also why we're able to monetize these clips with clips, because we're not just kind of reposting the raw clip, we're editing it a fuck ton, and we're adding a bunch of captions and simple edits. That way we're kind of creating a new storyline, and we're kind of getting it straight to the point. This is what we have so far: him getting cut off, his immediate reaction. Now he's starting to turn around. He starts to turn around. He's now driving to catch up to the guy. And actually, I think we can maybe make this a little bit longer here, actually. So I'm actually going to start it a little bit before, so now we can see him actually catching up to the driver. And we're going to make a cut about right here. And as you can see, there's not really anything going on. It's just them ignoring them. So now we're just going to go to the part where he starts talking. We'll turn on the audio so we can hear what happens. So the altercation pretty much starts right here. So we're just going to cut this whole part out of him getting out, and where it starts with them actually talking to each other. So obviously you can hear him saying, "Be careful." He starts talking back saying, "You have a license." And then he says, "Go to the cops." Then we're going to go into the next part of the clip, which is pretty much the actual altercation, which is like really good angle as well. And we have all the audio, which is pretty clear. So we're kind of probably just going to let this run out a little bit.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Nah, you back up. What you gonna do?
It's pretty much him just saying that. We're going to cut it right here because he pretty much just keeps saying that over and over again. There's not much anything else happening here. But we're just going to cut it to when he actually gets in his face, like this. So we're going to actually go over here. We're going to start the next part of the clip where he gets in his face. So we're going to cut it right there as well. Actually, I'm going to cut it a little earlier because she's trying to see if he has a gun on him, basically. That's why he's saying, what do you got?
What you got? You want to do it right now?
Let's cut it right here when he says you want to do it right now. You can see also his friend trying to kind of stop the altercation. We're also just going to cut it here as well. So now we have him looking for the gun.
Let's go.
I'm going to cut it a little bit more.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go.
As you can see, now he's starting to get ready to fight.
Let's go.
Cut it again right here. He gets back on his bike. So actually, we're not going to cut it here.
Let's go. I thought so. Yeah, nigga. Touch me if you want to. Touch me if you want to.
So we're actually going to cut it here instead. We're going to continue it right here, actually, when he starts talking.
Yeah. You don't want this smoke, nigga.
When he starts to back up as well.
Nigga. You your little slow ass fucking bike.
We're going to do this, and we're also just going to go to when he actually starts to leave. So I think everything else that's happened.
I'm fucking good.
It's mostly just him getting his face again, repeating the same words, so it's not really adding anything to the story. If we go through the rest of the clip, nothing really else happens. You don't really see him leaving the area, so it kind of just ends abruptly. So since this ends abruptly anyway, we're just going to end it right here when he's still yelling at him.
This is my hood, nigga.
When he gets in his face. So not only are you creating like the viewer engagement, they kind of want to keep watching to see what happens and if they actually gonna fight. Obviously they don't, but they're basically gonna keep watching to the end because they don't know what's gonna happen, especially right here. Since the clip ends abruptly as well, it's gonna take them right back to the start, and it'll also get that viewer duration up as well. And now basically we've gone from, what was it, like 2 minutes and 40 seconds to less than a minute. It's 54 seconds now. So what we have so far, basically just him getting cut off. Obviously the actual altercation, it's very, very fast paced. There's pretty much not a second in this video where there's nothing happening now at this point. Basically the main goal of this whole process is to make sure that there's always something happening in your video and you're not having any dead space at all whatsoever. But once we have all the clips in order, now we're gonna get into the actual edits. So I'm actually just gonna do the captions first because it's the easiest part. To make this easy, all we're gonna do is So the way I do this, you can do it however you want. I like to just drag again the text right here. I'm going to drag it across the entire thing, and now I'm also just going to actually label it. So I'll just say person, have my little colon right here, enter. And then I'll just write text here just for like a placeholder. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to background. I'm going to do this one, this little square one. And you can kind of mess with this however you want. You can make it curved if you want, or you can make it straight rectangle, which is something I like to do. I like to also just make this a little bit thinner. And then we're actually just going to leave the font as it is. I like to use this font anyway. And now all we're going to do is we're just going to also put this on the top. I think depending on how your video looks, sometimes I like to put it down here or up top. It just depends on, you know, what's going on in the video and if the text blocks anything. Now all we're gonna do is actually just go through the video and kind of label it depending on who's in the scene. So I'm just gonna go biker here, press cut here, and then I'm just gonna go over here. Then we have the car, the driver, whatever. And we're just going to basically label what's going on first. We'll have one here of him being upset, another one of him turning around, another one of him catching up. You can write something rage bait if you really want to. You can write like thug if you wanted to, really, if you really want to rage bait people. Maybe you can also do Karen. I know people like to do Karen as well. We can do Karen driver. Just some things like that, because then we can get more engagement in the video. You kind of get the viewer in a certain headspace to, like, you know, agree or disagree with one person. Basically, I'm just gonna go through the video and just do that, and then we can start actually labeling the text. All right, so now I've gone through and basically just kind of separate the text, so that way I don't have to like change everything every time. So now all you have to do is just change like the colors, things like that. So now once you have this done, and basically we're just gonna go through the video now and actually type out what's going on. So first clip we have right here, we're just gonna have the biker riding down the road or driving, whatever you want. We're gonna do a little, I don't even know what this is called. We're just gonna do driving like this. And then we're going to go to the next part. Obviously, this car cuts him off. You can add a little freeze frame here if you want, if it happens too fast as well. But I'm just going to leave it as it is for now. Maybe we'll add something in the final, but we'll see. I don't actually know what that's. I guess we'll do cuts him off. We'll just do biker. We'll do biker. We'll say pissed. And then we'll go on to the next one. Say biker turns around, and you guys get the point. I'm just gonna go through the video now and kind of do this really quickly because you guys get the point now. I'm not gonna go through the entire video one by one. Once you go through that, you also want to change the text color of whoever's talking, so I just did that as well. Basically all I did was just go through the video now, and now we have all of our captions added. Basically whenever they talk, I just obviously add a caption, or if they're doing some kind of action as well, like their friend getting in the way.
Let's go.
I also have that caption as well. And once you do that, now that's all I have to do is add some small edits and also the music. So for this, I don't think I'm going to add anything crazy. All I'm going to do is add a vignette right here. So if you don't know how to do that in CapCut, this is how I do it. All you're going to want to do is have this black background here. You can download it on the internet. Just look up black background We're gonna rotate it 90 degrees. I'm not sure if there's an easier way to do this, but this is how I do it. Now we're just gonna find the part where the driver cuts them off, which is obviously right here. We're gonna go here, and now we're also just gonna lower the opacity first so we can see what we're doing. So we're gonna go to blend, and then we're gonna go to opacity right here. We're gonna lower it to like 50. We'll do 57. That seems fine. Now all we're gonna do is just add a mask right here. We're going to go to circle, and then we're going to invert it like this. We're going to adjust the size to match the car like this. And once you do that, now we're just going to also keyframe it. So we're just going to go to the start of this, and then we're just going to have the mask settings. We're just going to press that diamond right there. Now we're just going to go every other frame, just track the car and adjust the size accordingly. So all we're going to do is just press space like once or twice every other couple seconds. Like this, just going to track it like this, track it, this, track it, like this, track it. It's getting a little bit bigger, so we're also going to adjust the size like this. This, and I think this is good enough because it happens really quickly. So we're just gonna go like this. It's a little bit better. Obviously this looks a little bit too sharp, so what we're gonna do is we're just going to add a feather as well to the mask. So we're gonna add a feather like this. Now it's a little bit more smoother. I think I added the feather a little bit too early, so because I think it keyframed it by accident. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the start here, and then we're gonna add the feather like this. Now it should be good. That looks pretty solid. What we're gonna do, we're gonna extend this a little bit, and now we're also just gonna have it fade in a little bit so it's not like too harsh. So we're gonna add this opacity keyframe right here. We're gonna move it actually we're gonna just start it here. We're gonna press this. Now we're gonna go back and we're gonna drop the opacity down to 0. So now it kind of zooms in like this. It is a little bit too much, too soon, so that looks a little bit better. Now we have this as our final vignette. Looks pretty good. That's all we're gonna add pretty much, I think, for the actual edits. Now all we have to do is just add the music. So we're just going to add our music. You can use whatever music you want, but for some reason this is what everyone uses. Like, it's the Radiohead instrumental, this thing. I'm not gonna play too long so I don't get copyright striked, but you're just going to add this here as well. Just adjust it to make sure it doesn't, you know, cover the whole audio of the original clip. That's pretty much all you're gonna do. I'm gonna mute it with the final just because when I play it I don't want to get copyrighted. But basically that's all you have to do for these videos. Now we have our full video done, edited. You know, you can add more or less depending on what you want to do. I see the higher edited ones do a little bit better, like more vignettes and more like sound effects, things like that. But this is basically just like the bare minimum you can be doing and still monetize this type of content. That's pretty much it. We just go through the entire sequence. Again, have the captions, things like this. And then that's pretty much all you have to do for these clips, and they're ready to go. You're pretty much ready to upload. You can do this literally so many times per day. You can get like 3 or 4 videos out every single day, or at least just schedule them. I wouldn't recommend posting that many times, especially when you start out, but you can make a ton of these videos and just get them saved for the rest of the week. Not actually export the video. These are the settings that I use, so I'm just going to name it Thug Harasses Biker. You can also change the export too. So if you want to have a separate folder where you just export all of your YouTube shorts to, that's what I do. You can just make a separate folder for that so you don't get things mixed up. Then for the resolution, I like to leave it at 1080p. You can upload it at 2K or 4K if you want. But also for the bitrate, you can do higher or you can just do custom like I do. I like to leave it about 35,000 kilobits per second, which is about a 35 bitrate. I think the max on YouTube is like 50 or 75. I don't remember what exactly it is, but I usually like to do 35,000. CBR, which is a static bitrate, and the rest of it you can pretty much leave the same here. You can render it at 60 frames per second if you want to, but for shorts I usually like to leave it at 30 FPS, and the rest you can honestly just leave as it is, and then you can just press export and it'll export the entire video for you, and now you're ready to post. You can post it straight from YouTube on the platform, but I just like to drag it from YouTube Studio. That being said, that is pretty much everything that you need to know about making these types of videos and how to actually start a channel. It's very, very simple. It takes less than an hour a day. If you are new to YouTube Shorts or you want to start, this is by far the easiest niche you can get into right now. And this is one of the ways that me and my students are generating thousands of dollars a month through our multiple YouTube channels, and I'm helping them build and scale myself inside of the WAP community. If you don't know what this is, when you join, you get over 100 videos of tutorials. If you don't know what this is, when you join, you will get over 100 video tutorials on exactly how I build all of my channels, things like channel reviews, full tutorials, niche breakdowns, pretty much get everything that I use to build all of my channels out from scratch. I have a full 0 to monetize channel breakdown, which goes over how I was able to monetize a channel in less than 2 weeks with YouTube Shorts. There's also a general YouTube guide, or if you're brand new, you can use the starter kit as well, which goes over the basics of YouTube. On top of that, I also have monthly niches that I upload every single week. So that means every single week you'll have pretty much brand new niches that you can hop on before anyone else gets access to them. I also have things like appeal scripts and my own appeal videos that I use for my channel channels if I ever get demonetized, as well as advanced breakdowns and even my own long form guide. And you get access to all that when you join the WAP community, so that will also be linked in the description as well. If you did enjoy this video, I do upload these completely for free on my channel every single week, and I will see you guys in the next video.